Today we're going to talk all about the food on the Viking Nile River Cruise. We will look at what meals are served, when they're served, where you can find snacks, what drinks are included. I'll show you the menus and what we ate. I guarantee you this video could make you hungry. When we booked this Nile River Cruise, the first thing my husband asked was,
am I going to like the food?
Well, I'll be showing you the menus and you can decide if you think you would like the food, and at the end of the video I'll tell you what his verdict was. We're not really familiar with Egyptian cuisine. I knew I'd be trying several things. We also know it's a Muslim nation and no pork is going to be served, so that'll be a little difference in our diet. First off, the Viking Nile River Cruise included 2 days in Cairo, and those were spent in a very nice hotel, and I have a separate video all about that hotel, and it highlights the food choices there. So you might want to check out that particular video to get ideas about the pre-cruise experience. But we'll start off with our first meal on the ship, and that was embarkation day lunch. Each day they had some small bites that they would bring by the table, little appetizers, while you're looking over the menu. The lunch menu is divided into 2 sections. The top has the menu for the day, and the bottom has the classics menu. This section stays the same throughout the entire cruise, so regardless of what the top menu offers, you can always get salad, a hot dog, a cheeseburger or plain hamburger, and a falafel burger. For dessert, there's always an option for chocolate mousse or a fruit cup. At lunch and dinner, they always have bottled water they can serve you at the table, and wine and beer is included at those meals, as well as soft drinks. All of those are included in the cruise fare. For embarkation day, the starter offered was roasted tomato soup, which was warm and the perfect comfort food. Now, I did not and could not eat everything on all the menus to show you what they are, but I will at least show you the ones that we did get and tell you about the ones that are just on the menu. A focaccia sandwich. The bread was nice and soft, and it was served with a small salad on the side. No pork in Egypt, so the ham was a turkey ham, but it was good. A taco bowl, spaghetti with meatballs, and fish and chips. Hubby got the fish and chips. The fish was cod and fried, and it reminded me of true English fish and chips. For dessert, cream caramel, served with fresh fruit, which today was orange and kiwi, or mango ice cream. We found that Egyptian mangoes are really nice, but neither of us ordered the ice cream, and we enjoyed our table with a view. All meals are served on the aquavit terrace or in the dining room, which has tables for 4, 6, and 8, so you're always sharing tables with other people and meeting new people. For dinner on embarkation day, we will consult the menu board posted outside the dining room, so you can plan ahead. Choices for the first course are labna stuffed figs. Labna is a creamy yogurt cheese. Cold smoked duck breast, seafood bisque, and Caesar salad. The Caesar salad is always available. The table settings are elegant. For the main course, there was a braised perch fillet, roasted veal tenderloin, and gnocchi. They also served 3 items that are classic items every day, and my husband ordered the Angus ribeye steak. He ordered his steak medium and said it was very tender and delicious. I ordered the Chairman's Choice salmon, which was tender and flaky. It was served with some roasted potatoes, sweet pickles, and arugula. Another classic item offered every night is roast chicken supreme, and I'll get that another night and show you. For dessert, there are several choices. I tried the taif, which is like a pancake dumpling filled with sweet cheese and pistachios. And the lingonberry sauce was a perfect dip. It reminded me in looks of a cannoli. Other choices were an apple crumble pie, creme brulee, fromagerie or cheese plate, a seasonal fruit cup, or today's ice cream. Hubby got the ice cream, which was lemon tonight. Ready for our first full day on board. So we'll start with breakfast. I usually started my morning with a trip to the self-serve drink station because I really like the cappuccinos there, and I would get up rather early and get one and enjoy it, and then maybe take it with me to the dining room, although they would serve it to you there as well. There are also pastries available there for early risers. And today we were very early risers. We had a hot air balloon ride this morning really early and then came back for the actual main breakfast. I tend to like going to the aquavit because I can usually find a table just for myself or myself and my husband without having to make small talk early in the morning. The menu includes most breakfast items except for pork. Several times I would go to the aquavit and the chef would make an omelet. There's also an omelet station in the main dining room as well. There is no room service on board unless you book their high-end suites. If you have the most expensive room, you will be allowed to have breakfast in the room and they will bring that to you. Every day there is a variety of juices offered. You can also get coffee or hot tea, regular, decaf, and milk. For the cold selection, they list fresh mixed fruits. You can order a variety of pancakes. I did try their banana pancakes one morning and I thought they were perfect. I never took any other pictures of our breakfast. It's pretty much a standard breakfast fare. Always good, but nothing especially photo-worthy. French toast and oatmeal made with milk or water and a nice assortment of add-ins. You could order eggs prepared pretty much any way you like them. Eggs Benedict, smoked salmon Benedict, omelets, either whole egg or egg whites, and an egg of the day. Egg of the day? There were already so many choices for egg dishes, I never even thought to ask my waiter what was the egg of the day. Today for lunch, while we were sailing on our way to Kina, the menu included carrot ginger soup as a starter and chicken shawarma for the main course. I decided I would jump into the Egyptian culture and try the shawarma. Gonna see if I like shawarma. It's pretty good. Other options were an energy bowl with lettuce, carrots, quinoa, avocado, tomatoes, marinade chicken, and remoulade sauce. Penne al tonno, which was pasta with tuna, golden fried Parmesan crusted veal scallopini, and for dessert an apricot tart or honey cornflake ice cream. After a visit to the Dendara temple, we set sail back to Luxor and enjoyed dinner while sailing. Each night there's a regional specialties tasting menu with a starter, main course, and dessert. Lesan el Asfor, it's a soup with lamb, chicken broth, and orzo. Very brothy and tasty. Lama bil basil for the main course, which is braised beef, onion, sweet potato, mussolini, and grilled vegetables. We both ordered this, and it was served with a flourish. There you go. Okay. Enjoy. That's colorful. It reminded me of a beef stew. Beef was tender and the veggies flavorful. And for dessert, mahalabia, which was a milk pudding with rose water and cardamom. It was garnished with a lot of pistachios. This was unique, not really my favorite. For those who are not as adventurous, there's always the classics on the left-hand side of the menu. And on the right-hand side of the menu, you have their main courses as well as some dessert. Today's starter was smoked salmon on an avocado salad or a beetroot quinoa salad. And for the main courses, grilled loup de mar filet. You might know this as bronzino, or a spinach pie with feta. And for dessert, New York cheesecake. Second full day on the Nile. Won't go over breakfast each day, it's always the same. After a full day of visiting tombs, we were ready for some lunch. Soup today was beef and barley broth with root vegetables. And the main courses were a Philly cheesesteak sandwich with mushroom, jalapeno, crispy onions, and cheese. Hubby was surprised to find bell peppers on this sandwich since it was not listed in the list of ingredients. And when he started kind of picking them off his sandwich, the waitress came over immediately and said, "Is there something wrong?" And he said, "Oh, I had no idea there were bell peppers." She said, "Let me make you another one." And so she took it away and brought him back one without the bell peppers in it. Pastrami salad, spaghetti a la puttanesca, and a grilled salmon fillet. I chose a cheeseburger from the classic menu. It came with grilled onions, which was also not listed on the menu. So we learned to start asking now what comes on this, so that if we wanted to substitute it or leave something off, we would know right at the beginning to do that. For dessert, there was chocolate and vanilla marble cake with vanilla ice cream. This had pistachios with it. I began to think they must have gotten a really good price on pistachios. We saw them pretty often. And Café Liégeois, which was vanilla and coffee ice cream with espresso and chocolate sauce. Definitely a coffee lover's dessert. But hubby and I both thought the vanilla ice cream had kind of an odd flavor and texture, like maybe it had been a little over-churned. We did mention that, and they said other people had talked about the ice cream seemed different to them too. So I'm hoping that they change out the ice cream on future sailings. Maybe they just got an odd batch or a different brand. The ice cream we had in Cairo itself at the restaurants was really, really good. If you've gone on a Nile River cruise and you got really good ice cream on the Viking ship, please put a comment below. I'm interested to know if they really fixed it. An afternoon of sailing and enrichment activities filled our day until dinner. The starter was a crispy lentil croquette with peas, mint, and almonds. I think I had in mind one patty like a salmon croquette. Instead, it was 3 croquettes atop what I would call English mushy peas and almond garnish. I like the croquettes, and since I like mushy peas, this was really a dish made for me. The regional main course was mashi, stuffed mixed vegetables and rustic tomato sauce. And the dessert was date millefeuille. It was like a little date pastry garnished with, you got it, pistachios. The main course starters were Greek salad or wild mushroom soup. It was creamy and delicious and served with a flaky pastry breadstick, which my husband gave me since he knows how much I love breadsticks. Main courses were the za'atar marinated chicken breast with a chickpea and tomato salad or broiled herb marinated jumbo shrimp served on a bed of pesto risotto. And for dessert, tiramisu. The next day took us to the city of Esna. And after exploring the markets, town, and temple that morning, we were served some refreshments on the upper deck. Lunch was served as we sailed toward Aswan. The soup today was chicken consomme, but since I'd already had those little treats after we got back from Esna, I opted out of the starter and went straight for the main course. The crispy bay shrimp sandwich, which was easier for me to eat deconstructed. Hubby ordered the cheeseburger from the classics menu. Other options were a falafel bowl, fettuccine alfredo, or stir-fried beef. For dessert, carrot cake with cream cheese frosting or a chocolate chip sundae. In the early afternoon, there was a falafel making class, and they served the freshly made falafel to those who came to the class. And one little hint, if you want to be a helper, they gave a neat little Viking apron to the two helpers that they called up. I think there were two ladies that knew this in advance, and they were ready to jump up as soon as he asked for volunteers. During the scenic sailing, we had tea time. Little finger sandwiches and sweet bites served with tea. For dinner, we had a special menu, a taste of Egypt. First, they brought out yellow lentil soup for everyone. The rest of the menu was served family style to each table.
So we have here oriental salad,
Okay.
shake bee with hummus, baba ganoush, creamy cheese, fafa beans, and here we have tahini. So here we have beef kofta,
Okay.
lamb rack, chicken skewer shish kebab, and underneath we have cinnamon with rice.
Right?
Okay. Here we have fish fillet, fish fillet. Here we have ikra tajin, which is vegetarian dish. Okay. And here we have kubeba. It's minced beef with walnut.
And a selection of local pastries for dessert. In Aswan, we had two different lunch times because some people went early and had a long day at Abu Simbel, and those of us that stayed on board had an earlier lunch, and then they had a later lunch when they returned. They did offer snacks like bananas and protein bars, things that you could take with you on longer tours so that you would have something to eat if they were going to have a late lunch one day. For lunch, I forgot to take a picture of the menu, but I did take pictures of what we ate. I ordered the white bean soup. It tasted warm and comforting. The pasta al arrabbiata was labeled as spicy. I could tell it had spices, but to me it wasn't spicy. The tomato sauce was mild, and the green flecks are oregano, pesto, and parsley. Hubby ordered the hawawshy, which was a pita filled with flavorful minced lamb. We had some time to relax on board, and I think I took a little nap. For dinner, kibbeh hummus, a beef skewer shish kebab, and pistachio cake. On the main menu, a Mediterranean tart or corn chowder for starters. For the main course, I had the seared sea bream, and hubby enjoyed sautéed Chinese egg noodles. And for dessert, plum slices with butter crumble. We were still in Aswan the next day, and after a long morning of small boats on the Nile, crocodiles, temples, and papyrus, it was time for lunch. Minestrone, northern Italian vegetable soup. And I love some good minestrone, and this was good minestrone. Hubby ordered the mixed garden salad. For the main course, he had the chicken wrap served with some potato wedges, and it came with a bonus side salad. I had the Greek moussaka. I had never tried moussaka before, but now if I go to a Greek restaurant, I will know to order it. It was really good. Reminded me a little bit of lasagna, the way it was layered. There was also a Nordic bowl with a little bit of everything thrown in, and fusilli with mushroom ragu. For dessert, we could order stuffed dates or a banana split. The banana split seemed like a no-brainer to me. We set sail for Kamombo and had a visit to the temple there, then back on board for dinner as we sailed in the evening. The regional tasting menu offered grilled eggplant for starter, chickpea tagine for the main course, and sago pudding for dessert. None of those really appealed to either one of us. On the main menu, the starters were sautéed prawns with avocado salad or 3-onion soup. They didn't really appeal either. So we ordered fromagerie from the classics menu as our starter to share. For the main course, they had roast Chateaubriand béarnaise with gratin potato and glazed vegetables, or a grilled grouper fillet. Hubby ordered the grouper, but asked if he could get the gratin potato with it, and they were happy to oblige. I ordered the roast chicken supreme from the classics menu. And if you like roast chicken, This is really a good option anytime you're not sure about what you want to order. And the mashed potatoes were really fancy. The vegetables were steamed and they were just right between that little bit of crispness and tenderness. For dessert, my husband had the chocolate brownie, but asked if they could substitute chocolate sauce for the butterscotch sauce. I had the creme brulee from the classics menu, and they brought a surprise dessert of chocolates to us. And we're on our last full day on board, and after visiting the Edfu Temple, lunch today served cream of pumpkin for the soup. For the main course, I had the open-faced smoked salmon bagel. I really like smoked salmon, but I'm not really sure why I ordered this because I don't really like cream cheese or cucumbers or onions or capers. So, dummy, I should not have ordered this because I was just eating the salmon off of it. And the waitress, of course, was concerned, about me and not liking my order. And I said, no, it's fine. I really just kind of wanted the smoked salmon, and I probably should have just ordered a hot dog. And she said, would you like a hot dog? And so she brought me one. It had crispy fried onions on the top, which was not mentioned on the menu, but it was a nice surprise. For dessert, peach Melba ice cream. It was that same vanilla ice cream with peach syrup and raspberry sauce. That afternoon, we sailed back through Esna, shop the little boat salesman, traverse the canal, and spend some time working up an appetite while packing our final dinner on board. The regional specialty starter is fattoush, which is a salad containing pomegranate seeds, cucumbers, tomatoes, mixed greens, and crostini bread. The main menu starters are red bell pepper soup or stuffed chicken roulade. The only way I can describe this stuffed chicken is maybe they took a chicken breast, bored a hole in it, stuffed in some dried fruits, and then baked it and sliced it. It was really good. The chicken was very tender, and it took on the flavor of that fruit. The regional main is koshery, which is one of Egyptian's main dishes, with rice, pasta, lentils, onions, and tomato sauce. I wish I had tried it, but I saw sea bass on the menu, and that's what I was really in the mood for. And we both chose it, and we both loved it. For dessert, the main menu had floating island, which was a vanilla cream with crushed pistachio. But we both chose the regional dessert of ali, a bread pudding also with pistachios, and has coconut and raisins and milk, more creamy than bready. The next day, we left the ship in Luxor and flew back to Cairo, where we had 2 amazing, huge buffet meals, one for lunch, one for dinner. Plenty of food. Oh my goodness, at the desserts. Oh my, some kind of a pudding with almonds, a chocolate covered peanuts or nuts of some kind, some type of a meringue. I think that's a cherry cheesecake. They said this is a French dessert. That's a meringue on a chocolate cookie. That's one of those little haystack type things. And then 3 or 4 layers. It was a great way to end up all the big meals. And the next morning, for everyone who had an early flight, they gave us a boxed breakfast to take with us. And it had so much in it. That yogurt. There's an apple, danishes, honey, muffins, breads, little breakfast sandwiches, guava drink, and bottled water. Whew, that's a lot of breakfast. So, did my husband like the food?
Yeah, it was good.
And we always had plenty to eat. There were snacks offered to us after excursions on many occasions. There was that coffee bar with the pastries that you could get, or then cookies during the day. So much options, we never did feel hungry, ever. And on the menus, if you're traveling with a selective eater, you've always got a steak or a roasted chicken option. Now, go grab a snack. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.